My book study was about the 12 Leadership Principles of Dean Smith, written by David Chadwick. David was one of Dean Smith's former players. He was inspired to write the book because the leadership principles Coach Dean Smith had influenced his life and the lives of so many other players. As I go through each principle, I will make a connection of education and how it can be used. The first principle here is the leadership principle of the reciprocal law of loyalty. Loyalty is being loyal to your staff. It goes right into building a relationship with the individuals in your staff. You can change the culture a whole lot easier when people trust you and they buy into your vision. When you show them loyalty, they will easily buy into the situation and they will have a positive environment with them. The next leadership principle that is discussed is loyalty prospers a family environment. In education, a family environment will be one where everybody feels included. It's one where the principal, the administrators, these teachers, the students all work together. They are a family. What would we do for our families? I would do anything for my family. And if we feel that way about our co-workers, we will support them, we will work with them, we will give them everything that we have. So that's the type of family environment that we need to create. That is the type of culture that we need to create at our schools, and we will see some success. The third leadership principle is that friends are forever. We build lifelong relationships when we work in schools with individuals. You may be the principal and you may have a relationship that is just with your teachers that is strictly administrator to teacher. But that teacher may become a principal later on in life. They may be getting a job with the district. You may transfer to a different school. You want to still be able to network with them and have a relationship with them. So you want to make lifelong relationships where they can call and ask for support, advice, talk about their experiences, and vice versa, you do the same. The fourth principle of leadership is the team before the individual. This is about selflessness. You want to set a foundation of being a family and being loyal and creating that type of culture that has lifelong friendships. By doing that, it is easier for people to buy into the team aspect that we're all working together. You want to show fairness and not favoritism. When you do that, everybody believes that it is success for all of us. We want to include everybody in our decision making. We learned about this in our change style. If people feel like they are a part of something, they're invested in something, then they will make the entire team work a whole lot better. Their enthusiasm for change, their enthusiasm for involvement will be a complete different aspect if they feel that they are part of it. The fifth leadership principle is that success requires a flexible vision. Dean Smith was known for having a philosophy. What he hated to be known for was having a system. A system kind of pigeonholes you. It kind of says that this is the only thing that you do. He wanted to be known as being flexible. He actually said, we change every year, but our basic vision remains the same. That's the same aspect that we want to have in education. We want to have a mission that's consistent. We want to have a why as to why we do it that everybody understands and knows. But how we accomplish it, that can change, that can be different. There can be innovation. Innovation and change are fine, as long as they answer the fundamental basics. Are we achieving those? Does everybody know what we're trying to accomplish? And are we using the vision to make sure we accomplish that? If those things are clear, there's nothing wrong with innovation. Teaching and instruction benefit from letting innovation flow from the vision. Change is needed when it's necessary. The next principle of leadership is number 6. It talks about as the individual improves, the team improves. Simply put, as you get better at your craft, you get stronger, and what you bring to the team will help the team to improve. The toughest opponent that you will ever face in life is yourself. Stephen Covey wrote, there must be individual growth, change, and development to make organizational development and change valuable. If we work from the inside out, working with our personal responsibility, our self-discipline, we will make our team better because we as an individual got better. We can do this in education through coaching and mentoring, professional development and training, and then working within our PLCs. The seventh principle of leadership is the power of positive words. We want to be an encourager. We want to talk good about our schools, our teachers, our environment, our students. We want to speak life into them. Impart a positive attitude. There is a strong impact in positive words. Listen to this story. A man wanted revenge against someone who had hurt him. So he went to the devil and he asked to buy an instrument of pain so he could use it against his enemy. He looked at the first weapon on the table and he asked, "What is this?" The devil said, "Why, that's slander. It's a very effective tool. It's worth $1 million. So the man kept looking and he saw another instrument of pain on the table and he asked, "What is that?" The devil said, "That is a furious temper. I've used this often. It breaks up a lot of relationships and hurts people." He said, "It's also $1 million. Finally, the man looked at the end of the table and he saw a weapon and he pointed at it and he said, "What is this instrument?" The devil said, "Oh no, that's not for sale. It's called discouragement. It's one of my favorite tools." Praise your people. You want to make it a point to see them doing the right things. Positive words can change a life and spark a team to be very successful. The eighth principle is passing on what you know. You want to share your knowledge. You want to develop the people around you. If you hold the things that you have in and no one else is able to benefit from them, it does no good to anybody. So you want to share the knowledge that you have. You want to be a student as well. You want to try to learn as much as you can. Your biggest asset as a teacher is being a great student. And so that same thing transfers in being an administrator. Your best asset as an administrator is to be a great teacher. When you can give the information as to how you want it delivered and make sure everybody understands, it will help you become a better administrator. Being a mentor, you can help guide someone's philosophy. If you can guide their philosophy, then you can have them influence other people. And once they influence other people, then they can take that philosophy and they can grow it. And then again, it's just a snowball effect of how you can spread a philosophy by developing your own people and mentoring. The ninth principle is a commitment to character. Your reputation is what other people think of you. Your character is what you think of yourself. Be humble. Have humility. When you achieve something, do you want the praise for yourself or do you want your employees to have it? That's a question that you need to think about. Hard work, personal appearance, your conduct, honesty, integrity, all are characteristics of a good character. Be a servant leader. Be that leader that seeks to serve others. As a leader, you want to recruit people who have good character. Once you have good character in your building, again, this affects the culture of your building and it will be a prosperous building. The 10th principle is making failure your friend. You want to look at your mistakes, you want to learn from them, and then you want to move on. You should not see failure as a foe, but as a motivator. The average millionaire has filed for bankruptcy 3.75 times. There have been very influential leaders such as Henry Ford, Albert Einstein, Winston Churchill, and Vince Lombardi. They've all dealt with failure, but they all were great leaders and they perceived to be great leaders by all. I'll leave you with this thought on that 10th principle. The greatest American failure. At age 9, while trying to find his identity and suffering from shyness, his mother died. At age 22, he lost his job as a store clerk, and with no income, he was unable to pay for school, so he could not pursue his degree in law. At age 23, he went into a partnership for a small business. The business started to acquire debt and started to sink. His partner died, And so he had to take on all that debt himself and pay it off. At age 28, he asked the lady that he'd been dating for 4 years to marry him. She respectfully declined. This is the second disappointment in love, as a youth love died tragically. At age 37, after 3 unsuccessful attempts at the Senate or Congress, he actually got elected. And then in re-election in 2 years, he was defeated. This brought on a spell of a nervous breakdown. At age 41, a very rocky point in his life, he and his wife were going through some things in their marriage, and their 4-year-old son died. At age 42, he applied to be a land officer and was rejected. At age 45, he ran for Senate and lost. At age 47, he was defeated for a nomination for Vice President of the United States. At age 49, he ran for Senate again and was defeated yet again. This brought on depression. After so many failed things, depression kind of began to sink in. At age 51, still determined, he ran for President of the United States and won. During his second term, he actually was assassinated. The man I'm speaking of is Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most inspirational and gifted leaders. And in many ways, he can be considered America's greatest failure. The 11th principle of leadership: know who is really in control. Now, this one speaks to more of Dean Smith's faith, but at the same time, I can correlate it to our educational system. He said that at times he had to recite the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. The last thing that we have to understand is that we, as principals, have to deal with LEAs. We have to deal with government laws and policies. With those particular policies, we have no control over them. Our 12th and final principle is that there is a marathon of influence as a leader. Simply put, leadership is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Leave your school, leave your setting better than you found it. Put in the work for the long haul. No matter how much work it is, put that work in. No matter how long you're there, put that work in. Prepare your school to be successful. When you leave it, you want to leave it for someone in a better condition than you found it. These are the 12 principles that guided Coach Dean Smith, and they can also guide you. Thank you for your time.